Imagine you're standing in line at a coffee shop. The stranger in front of you turns around to grab a napkin, and for a second, time stops. Silver hair, but they can't be older than 25. Skin pale as paper. Eyes so light blue they look almost clear. You strike up a conversation, and they tell you a village of fewer than 300 people in the highlands of Papua New Guinea. You're standing next to someone who might be one of the rarest humans on Earth. And that gets you thinking. Out of 8 billion people alive, what would the rarest possible person look like? Let's build them, trait by trait. Start with ethnicity. Earth holds around 7,000 distinct ethnic groups, but population is wildly unbalanced. Han Chinese alone make up close to 18% of every person on the planet, over 1.4 billion people from a single group. On the opposite extreme, some groups barely survive as a handful of families. The Onji of the Andaman Islands number under 100. The Toromona of the Bolivian Amazon are believed to be fewer than 40 people. Let's conservatively place our rarest human in a group of 400. Out of 8 billion, that's a 1 in 20 million shot. Now add a physical trait, albinism. It comes from mutations that block melanin production, the pigment behind skin, hair, and eye color. Someone with it has pale skin, white or silvery hair, and eyes that can appear blue, gray, or violet depending on the light. It shows up in roughly 1 in 17,000 people worldwide. Stack that onto our ethnicity odds, and we're already down to about 1 in 340 billion. Next, the eyes. We'll skip common heterochromia and go rarer, complete two-toned eyes, one entirely blue and one entirely brown, caused by uneven melanin distribution during development. It's harmless, usually genetic, and shows up in roughly 1 in 1,000 people. Combine everything so far, and our person now has odds of about 1 in 340 trillion. Now, handedness. Left-handedness isn't controlled by a single gene. It's shaped by dozens of them, plus how the brain divides language between hemispheres. Even identical twins disagree on handedness 1 time in 5. Cultural pressure in many regions still pushes children toward their right hand. We'll use a modest 11%, or about 1 in 9. Multiply that in, and the odds climb to roughly 1 in 3 quadrillion. Now for something inside the eyes themselves. Most people see the world through 3 cone types, tuned to red, green, and blue light, producing about 1 million distinguishable shades. A small number of women carry a 4th cone type, the result of carrying 2 different versions of the relevant gene on their X chromosomes. Full functional tetrachromacy could let someone perceive over 100 million colors. Researchers estimate real functioning tetrachromats appear in about 1 in 100,000 people. Fold that in, and our person's odds fall to roughly 1 in 300 quintillion. Finally, give this person a mind that forgets nothing. Highly superior autobiographical memory lets someone recall almost every day of their life in vivid detail. Not just milestones, but ordinary Tuesdays, weather, conversations. First documented in 2006, fewer than 100 verified cases exist worldwide. Even generous estimates put the real number at a few hundred people on the planet, about 1 in 20 million. Combine every trait, ethnicity, albinism, two-toned eyes, left-handedness, tetrachromacy, and this kind of memory, and the final odds of this exact person existing land around 1 in 6 sextillion. For scale, scientists estimate there are roughly 200 sextillion stars in the observable universe. This person would be 30 times rarer than any single star in the sky. And we didn't even touch blood type, height, twin status, or the dozens of other traits that could push the number even further into the impossible. Every one of us is walking around having beaten odds like these in our own way. There's no one else with your exact combination, and there never will be again. Now, here's a question for you. If you could pick just one impossible trait to have, which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this interesting, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.